Coffee date with Zendaya or dinner with Lori Harvey?
Keep going, keep pushing. I'm on my mission. Gotta do what's right now, and this just how I'm feeling. Keep going, keep pushing. I'm on my mission. Gotta do what's right now, and this just how I'm feeling. Keep going, keep going. You got it, babe. Going, keep going. Yeah. Going, keep going. Yeah.
Action.
Welcome back to the Keep Going, Keep Pushing podcast. I am your host, Jade. I am here to introduce a dope person, a jack of all trades. He's an actor, a poet, a videographer, a director. He also has his own podcast called We Just Talking, which I was actually on. And he's also a true creative, a true innovator. I want to introduce you guys to Taquan Allen.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? Thank you for having me on today with you.
Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, you're my Aquarius brother. I always say this to you. And I just felt like when we conversate and we're just around each other, we just vibe. So I'm excited to have you here for sure.
Nah, we certainly do. And just like it was on our podcast, we got deep. So I'm ready for whatever you got for us today.
Hey, and it's crazy because it's like we literally reversed. Because last time I was being interviewed, questions. So we literally just flip-flopped it.
Hey, it's only right.
Right. So real quick before we start, I want to take it back to how we met.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
So how did we meet?
Okay, so we were on a set of a movie. And I was the acting coach of that movie, and I got to work with you and another actor named Uja. And that was my favorite part about that set, was just all of the awesome people that I met. That's the most important part of the journey, is the people that you meet on a journey. You never know what role you might play down the line for me or for you. Because look at us. We have done something in every year since we met. It's been about 3 now, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've known each other for 3 years, and I will say, like, I've done some of, like, my funnest projects with you, and
Really?
vice versa, being a part of your music video. That was so fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we met that way, and we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's been, being a creative and meeting people that genuinely support you sometimes can be hard.
Oh.
And you're definitely one of those people that I can just be like, yo, bro, I called you about this podcast.
Yeah.
When I had the vision, I said,
Yeah.
I got a vision. How do I do this? And he was like, sis, you could do it yourself. Bet.
You can. And because, I work on the production aspect of things, and it gets expensive. Like, I truly understand how much money it costs to even have me in a room, and I sympathize for that. I'm not here to hold anyone back or just take people's money. I'm here to see your project successful. So if I could give anyone a gem on how they can get it going themselves, I'm going to do that in a heartbeat. I'm taken care of. I'm blessed with all of the people that, hire me to come out.
Yeah.
I'm not a greedy person. That term, there's enough to go around for everyone. If I could teach the next person how to do it, my favorite quote that a mentor, Eli, gave to me, you can give a man a fish for a day, he eat for that day, but if you teach a man how to fish, he eat for a lifetime. I live by that. So any chance that I get to help someone out, I'm doing it. So that's the type of person that I am with stuff.
I love that. And yes, you are. One thing I like to start off with is, this is just like a little icebreaker. That I like
Okay.
to know. What would be your alter ego name
Ooh.
or your rap name?
Ooh. I have a couple of alter egos. When I was in LA, I met a new one. I was down the street from what's the guy's name? Jimi Hendrix's brother.
Oh, okay.
He lived down the street from where I was staying at. It was funny. I was talking about my stuff that I was going through at the time, and I started telling people how I was a solutionist. So I came up with this name when I got home, and it was Solution Hendrix. It was something around that. Like, if I could commit to a rap name, it would be something around Solution Hendrix, because I am a rock star, like, in my own nature. Like, I'm a chill rock star at times, but, like, we all have different sides of us going to that alter ego point. And if you tap into making a song, you could go so many different directions with music and expressing yourself. And I don't hold myself back with that. So as a music artist, it would be Solution Hendrix.
That fits you so much. Like, you're always about finding the positivity and the solutions to things. So that fits you.
Thank you.
I truly see that. The next thing I want to get into is I want to know about Taquan, young Taquan growing up in Camden.
Okay.
What was it like growing up for you? Tell us your story.
It was tough. It wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. Like, me and my family, we struggled big time. But what I will say out of that is that I wouldn't take anything back. Every hard thing, every dark thing that me and my family, because I say me and my family because it's my story's not told without them. We struggled together and got through everything together, and that's why I'm a solutionist, because I was the oldest in the house with my mother, who was a young mother, extremely intelligent, extremely bright, extremely kind, and then I had my grandfather living with us as well, who was extremely wise, extremely positive, a survivor. So we had nothing but hope going on in our house. And each year, our life increased. It got better. We got smarter with our finances, with the way that we process life. It made us close. But it was tough growing up. But the things that got me through was the arts. And my family just always knew that, like, I was going to be in front of the camera doing something or behind the camera. They were the ones that pushed that narrative. I was always just naturally a drama king.
Right.
Walking around the house acting crazy, just saying things, doing things. I was already picking up a camera at a young age, putting stuff on YouTube. They already knew. So the arts is what got me through. It was my hope, and to this day, that like brought me to where I am now with things.
Got you. So how did you get into the arts?
So the first grade, I was called upon to step up for someone to be Dr. Martin Luther King in like a little Black History program play. It was supposed to be my cousin Jameer, but he had got sick that day. So they were like, get up there and just lip sync it. Like, don't, you don't gotta know the words, but just lip it.
Right.
And I did that, and it worked out. I was scared. It was the first time that I was just thrown into something and did not know what I was walking into. And I got on that stage with my eyes bright, and I lipped the whole Dr. Martin Luther King speech. And after that, I was like, I like this place. I like being on the stage. After that, Miss Livingston, who was my she was the play person in the school. Like, she would put on the plays. She did The Lion King. And I'm the type of person, I have like a memory where I can, like, if I really love something, I can memorize it. And I was studying Little Simba before we even got back to school. And I remembered every single line from the play by just watching it. And when I got on there, she was like, you got the role. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I played that. And then from there, it just kept going. I went to creative arts in Camden. That's where I really found myself. My mentors, Eric Mill, Dr. Overton, Arthur Taylor, everybody in that school, Miss Wagner Lynch. She was my poetry teacher. Poetry was more deeper than it all. Like, poetry helped me discover how to feel things out before you say things. Morgan Freeman said something. He was like, before you say a line, feel that line. And Miss Wagner Lynch said the same thing before I started doing poetry. Like, before I even wrote anything in the class, she was like, feel it. Right. Feel it out before you do it. And it helped me with everything that I do. Anything that like when I help other people get into their acting realm or just performing, feel it.
So was that your major? Were you an acting major?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was an acting major. Then the film comes along. I do projects in film, win a couple of film competitions, go on outside of school, sent my film to Viacom. Nice. MTV2 was the people that I was talking to. I worked for Wild 'N Out for 4 years. Nice. And that's what
I didn't know that. Wow. I did not know that.
My life has just blessed me.
Right.
Life has just blessed me with an opportunity, and I'm not the type of person to say no. If it's there, I don't care how scary it is. I'm nervous all the time. That's my secret.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm scared all the time,
You're human.
but I embrace it. My teacher came to me. This guy made me do Shakespeare. And I scrunch up my face being such a Shakespeare lover now,
Yeah.
but he made me do Shakespeare in high school. He made me Romeo, and I was like, why am I Romeo? I want to play something else. I want to be the bad guy in this. I don't want to be the good guy. I'm always portrayed as the good guy in real life. And I don't want to be the lover boy. I'm known as the lover boy in real life. I don't want to do this.
You want to play the villain.
I like to play the opposite of my personality.
Me too.
I don't like to play the things that I know that I'm already good at. But he put me on. I was all nervous, and he said, that is God. That is God speaking to you, telling you that you care about this, that you want to do this, and you want to do it well. So let God speak through you. And then going back to my childhood, I was heavily based in spirituality, where I just speak about it now like fluently without even, sometimes even saying God, 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 because it's just in me. But
Yeah.
God, every step of the way is how I got to this place.
Period. Same. I can relate to that because I also went to a performing arts high school.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I went to GCIT. I was a dance major, and it was very similar to creative arts. Like I said, I was a dance major, and I learned so much. I had this teacher by the name of Ms. Walsh, and that's how I was able to make the introduction into acting.
Okay.
So even though I was a dance major, this lady by the name of Ms. Walsh, shout out to Ms. Walsh, she pushed me into getting into musical theater.
Wow.
And so I was able to do both. And so I was on a thespian troupe. I was the choreographer. I did so many things.
Wow.
And my next question was going to be, how do you feel? Are you glad that you went to a performing arts school opposed to going to a regular school? How has it changed you and shaped you going to a performing arts high school? Because it's changed. It changed my life to where I got experience.
I wouldn't.
So young.
I wouldn't be who I am. When my ninth grade year, I went to 2 different schools. I went to Sicklerville Vocational School, and I was a welder. No, welding wasn't it.
No, they didn't have performing arts
They
there?
did, but I'm not going to say no names, but somebody didn't tell me I could switch my major until it was too late. I'm not going to say
But
no
it,
names.
it was...
Everything
Wait,
happens
yup,
for a
it
reason,
happened the way it was
because I had to go home and do it. The culture of Camden is like very important to me. People don't talk about the urban culture that is embedded into someone that is from that type of environment. Like, I'm Camden forever, and I had to come home and do it. So I came back home. I went to Camden High. That wasn't for me either. Neither though I found a lot of love there. I was surrounded by family members and everything. The one thing about me, like, I got family everywhere. And I was good, but I wasn't focused. I was going to flunk. I was going to be a distracted kid because I was a distracted kid at first. I was responsible, but I like to have a lot of fun. And I wasn't focused. Creative arts made me not lazy. Arthur Taylor, Mr. Arthur Taylor, he's a dance teacher. Yes, legend. He asked me to be a part of this competition where the film competition would come into play later, but he asked me to be a part of a competition. This is one of my biggest wake up moments. He said, "Come to this competition, be a part of this. It's going to change your life. Go do it." I'm not really big with competitions unless I'm like in it. Like, I'm not really a competitive person. Like, I'm competitive with myself, but I wasn't competitive in that nature with filmmaking yet. I missed it. I did not come. I was lazy. I stayed home, and guess who was at my house after that competition was done? He was. He was at my house, and he said, "Taquan, what are you doing? You didn't come to school today, and you didn't go to the competition. Listen, don't sleep on these opportunities. You only got 3 years of this. When you're going to look back and say, I wished I did that." And he was not lying. I wish I had all 3 years of experience of that competition. The second year I went, completely bombed it, lost. So my junior year, I sucked. And then my senior year, because I heard what he was saying, I sacrificed the trip that I was supposed to go on with my theater class, and I went to that competition. Wow. And I won my gold medal.
Hey,
and I went to Las Vegas, and I won the first bronze medal.
ACTSO? Hey.
Were you in it?
Yeah, I was in that.
Woo!
year. And I won in New Jersey, so it was like bronze for acting.
Whoa.
Yeah, bronze for acting.
What year?
2015. And then dance.
The year I
I
was.
won second place to a guy.
Okay,
They
that was the
gave it
year
to
I
me.
left. Say I was
Really?
2014. That was my
Right.
last year participating.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, I didn't see the
literally,
year.
I was a co-chairman though for like a year, but I just didn't go on the trips. Where did you go that year?
I only did New Jersey. I
Okay.
didn't because I didn't place first. So the way it worked,
Oh,
because unfortunately because I didn't place first, I wasn't able to go.
I got you.
And I lost for dance. I lost, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I lost to a gentleman. You know how it is, but guys don't dance,
Mm-hmm.
so they ended up giving it to the guy, which is totally fine. But I had no idea that you were in EXO as well. See, this is why I love this. Because
ACTSO,
I get to know you.
yeah.
I get to know you more, and you get to know me more. Because I had no idea that you were in EXO. Like I know you did stuff, but I didn't know.
And now it makes sense.
It does.
ACTSO gave me a sense of reality that I wasn't just a Camden boy, that I just wasn't Camden's knowledge of what the streets have taught me.
Wow.
There's a deeper world. There's intelligent black excellence out here. That's where I was first introduced to that.
Yeah.
I go to the competition. Oh, yeah. So I bombed the first year, but I sacrificed my trip the first year. And my teacher still brought me down there to experience what it was like to be around filmers of my age group and caliber, and they were making top-notch films. It was no excuse why I couldn't step it up and learn. But I sat all day in Orlando in the film room and watched films all day. And then the next year I came back and did it. But going back to them, I got to observe just the energy of all of the other kids from around the country. And they became my friends, and I've learned from them. I'm real big from learning from other people. We don't know it all, and our perspective can be changed at any moment because we don't know what we don't know. Yeah. And that competition changed me. How did you feel when you first went to ACTSO?
It was a rough time for me. College. People were like, you gotta go to college, you gotta go to this. And ACTSO was like that breath of fresh air where I can just be creative,
Yes.
be me. And I had no idea that I didn't think I was going to win. I just wanted to, somebody was like, you should do this, Ms. Walsh. Ms. Walsh is the one that pushed me to do it. She was like, Jay, it's this thing called ACTSO, and I think you will be great. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I need to get back to dancing anyway.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I ended up winning. And I was so shocked. I was just like, me? They said my name? It was a great feeling. And it's definitely, I wish I could have did it longer. That's one thing I wish I knew about it early on in my high school experience, but I'm just excited that I was able to do it for sure.
Yes, such a great experience of, like I said, just being around the other people. If it wasn't for that, I don't get my job in Viacom.
Yeah.
It was the films that I submitted from ACTSO that they took in, and they were like, okay, this guy he got the basics of just, the natural talent that God blesses us with.
Yeah.
They saw that, and they gave me a chance because of ACTSO.
Wow.
Yes. I wish more people knew about ACTSO.
I do too.
Yeah.
Doing it now, so but you gotta get into ACTSO.
Yeah.
Can you explain to them what ACTSO is?
Yes. ACTSO is not just somewhere where you dance and you film and you act and you do poetry. There's science, there's math, there's any category that you can think of. I think they even added cooking, culinary. I think they added culinary not too long ago. They keep upgrading it. But it's an NAACP competition for youth. Anybody can be a part of it. You just have to find which niche is yours, and you have to find a county that is doing it, that will accept you and bring you a part of it. You get a mentor through the process, all of those good things. Mine was, of course, my teacher Eric Mills, who I owe so much to. Dr. Overtoom and Eric Mills, where you met Dr. Overtoom when we were filming, remember?
Yes. Okay, that general. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Overtoom is what I will say, was a big heart piece of creative arts for me, in acting. And then Eric Mills came like a little bit after Doc was there. But Eric Mills and them two, their team up, the way that they added their specific knowledge, it was a good way to view teamwork. them teaching us, how they taught us, and how they gave us opportunities. Like, they sent their kids off around the country to do stuff. Like, I got to go to Oregon to learn more about Shakespeare acting, because that's the core, that's the original of acting. You have to learn the basics before you can do great. Denzel, the guy who played Loki, Mel Gibson, all of these people, like, they got classical training before they proceeded. And they blessed me with that same type of training.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and I'm so glad that we're sitting down talking about this, because I had no idea. Like, I'm just now learning this, and I've been doing all these years, but
I'm so in it.
I'm
so in it. Like, I don't really like to talk about myself.
Yeah.
That's really, like, that's just who I am. But given the opportunity, I love to share to people, because I want people to duplicate process that you admire. You can never really do it like me or get it like me, but there is a way, because nothing was normal. Nothing was orthodox about how I got here.
Yeah.
I just got here by the grace of God. Jay, it's so hard to talk about life, because my life has been an ongoing movie since I've been conscious.
I love that.
My biopic would have to be like a series. But going back to Little League football, I played for the Centerville Simbas, had tons of coaches. People don't give enough credit for those people who worked with the youth from an early age, like people who just do anything with the youth. You do not understand that you're giving them structure. And I took my football structure, my sport structure, and applied it to everything. Everything. The hard work muscle, the get up and do it, because if you don't get up and do it, no one will do it for you, was taught to me at 11 and 12, 13, 14, how many years I played football with them. I did that as a young kid, and I applied that to everything that I do. I'm the type of person, you might tell me something in dance, and I'll take it over for film. It's funny, I did learn things from dancers, because everything that someone is saying might not totally apply to you directly, but that's why we have to learn to listen to people and not be so arrogant. That's the problem with hard work. People do not want to learn from other people, and people want to do it their own way. Yeah. And that's going to take you down the hard, long road. When someone's giving you a gem that can have you through it quicker and to where you want to be.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. And it's very important to take inspiration from everything and not just your niche. And that's one thing I'm learning. Like, just because you're a dancer or an actor, whatever it is, it's great to take inspiration from everyone. Mm-hmm. And I love that about you. And I feel like that's what sets you apart from a lot of other people, because I feel like you just take inspiration from everywhere and you put it all together, and that's what makes
Thank you, Jay.
That's what makes you you. So
Thank
I
you.
love that. I just wanted to piggyback off of that.
And my belief is that we all have it. I don't think I'm any different from anybody else. It's just the difference is the choices that I make towards what I want. Like, I really want this, so I wake up and I say I want it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to be there. I'm going to show up. I'm going to give it my all, even if I fail. Failure is not something that I'm afraid of. Like, things went so bad before they got good. Like, things were bad. Like, I've even gotten to my high moments and failed and brought me all the way back down. I've had everything in my hands, and then I've had everything taken from me. Yeah. Those taught me the best lessons of life.
When you experienced that failure, what made you keep going?
When I experienced that failure, okay, and in all honesty, I was a wreck when it first hit, because I didn't know how to handle it. My first real big taste of failure, a mistake, was when I was 19. I had gotten into some trouble filming, lack of knowledge, ignorance to the rules of filming and doing certain things, but I got in trouble, and that woke me up to, like, you have to use your brain. You have to think about things before you do it, because as a young artist, I was very impulsive. I would just get up and just say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. And I had to learn to be in the middle. And to this day, it's kind of hard, because a lot of people go based off of their passion, that because you're passionate, because you want it, you can sacrifice and just do anything. No, there's consequences to our actions. And that's what I've learned. I pay attention to what I'm doing now when it comes to my stuff. I still get off my rockers. I make a mistake here, but none to that extent. I learned my lesson from getting in trouble, and it made me also who I am today when it comes to observation. I wasn't as observant as I was in the field that I was in. But I did have quite few. My second time tasting failure was actually a year ago. I was granted my studio, which you have been in, and my head got too big. I wanted to do so much. You were a part of the band. I had you in there. I had everybody in there. I had a team of like 30 people probably in there, all different types of people. But my head was too big. My new thing that I tell everybody, it's okay to have multiple things going on and be a jack of all trades, but do things one thing at a time. And if you're going to micromanage with other things, do it a little bit. Work on that a little bit, but focus on that main thing. You're nothing if you're not getting things done, if you're not completing things. And the first time ever I hit a wall in my career and everything. I hit a wall because everybody was counting on me. I set the bar high, and I had to retract my statement. I had to own up to it and say, hey, I'm sorry. Some people took it better than others, but I had to say, I'm sorry. I didn't think about all of this stuff when I was doing it. I didn't think that it was going to take this much time and effort. I'm so used to just doing things and they work out. And then if that failure taught me that, damn, you got to learn how to scale things and take a step back.
And that says a lot that you can take accountability and notice things. And I think that's something that artists sometimes or creatives we go wrong in, because we feel like we may know it all and we know everything and we got it all the answers. But to be able to humble yourself and say, I need to do this differently, or that was a fail.
Yeah.
It's definitely big. Like,
It's the most.
It's hard. It's hard to
It's
do.
super hard.
It's super hard to do.
Accountability is not easy because sometimes you don't even know what you're doing until you have done it. What I will say is that, like, I think we talked about this on my podcast, but like holding your friends accountable.
Yes, we did.
We all gotta recognize, like, we're in this together.
Yep.
If I fail, you fail. If I'm off, you off. And I'm normally the leader in most of these situations, but I'm human.
Yeah.
I was also healing from so much. Like, I'm comfortable with talking about it now, but I had just lost my brother like right before we met. That's why I was in the in and out of space that I was in. Like, I wasn't there all the time. I'll be there, then I'll pop back up. But I was healing, and I wasn't honest about that. Like, I wanted to be the Taquan for the world that I've been for the last 10 years. And I just had to learn that you are human. You are not indestructible. You have feelings, you have emotions, and you can't always take care of everybody else. Sometimes you have to allow people to take care of you. And those real people through the journey was revealed in these last 3 years. People, we don't know what we're doing by people, but people do not know the impact of just being there for you and how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
And I am grateful for every person that's been there for me because it brought me back to where I am today.
Wow. So how important is to have a support system and building a community?
You can't get anywhere without a team. Like, you can sustain certain things by yourself, but you'll always be stagnant in that space. You must learn your space really well, master your craft on your own, and then pass the torch to people that are interested, that care about the spaces that you're in. Pass that torch, because those people will be the ones, like, it'll be a help each other thing, but like, those people will be the people that will help you elevate, and you'll bless them. Many times, like, I've worked with videographers or worked with models, more models than actors. Now they're doing great things. There is no better feeling than seeing somebody that you helped, go beyond what you could even see at that time. You just knew they were great, but boom. So that support system is very important, and I've always had something like that. Thankful to my mother, always put me in environments to have a mentor. Like, I didn't have my dad in my life, but I had my grandfather. I had the coaches. I had my teachers. I had all of those people to be there for me. Yeah. So without them, without them, that support system, I'm nothing. I've always had a specific journey, and you have a specific purpose. it's going to take people that matches that purpose, that matches your guidelines and principles of life. It's not just about the work. And people don't be understanding me when I say, like, I'm all about the energy first. If the energy is off, I will give you your money back. If the energy is off, I will leave this project, because it's about how you get there too. What mental state will I be at the end of this project? I'm not selling my soul. That's the definition of selling my soul.
Come on.
It's
Talk about that.
not working, like working with people who compromise your being is going to throw off your balance in life. You'll be sitting next to somebody who is grimy, mean, nasty to people. And you're wondering, why do I feel this dark energy over this project? Why do I feel this dark energy in this room? Because this person does not have compassion.
You are who you are around. That's definitely.
And I found myself over the last 3 years dodging spaces, trying to figure out. Now I will double back and say, you can't just run from spaces because it's energy in a room that you don't like. But something that was taught to me, and it's pretty aggressive, but stop leaving rooms, stop going around the rooms. But sometimes you got to step over certain individuals that are trying to hinder the space from having a positive space. I believe if there's evil in this world, it must be combated with good. And I'm a warrior of God, and I will step up in the future, because one of my biggest failures and regrets, I was healing during this time, but I didn't speak up enough. I saw things with my eye that I just was like, let me not get involved. Let me not say this. I will never do that again.
Do you feel like that's the Aquarius in us? Because I'm the same way.
Trying to keep the peace. But peace can only be kept but so long. But you try to protect the peace, it will explode. It will explode eventually. Eventually, all of the things that you don't say now to someone will come up later in some form, some way. And it's better to do it now when it's fresh, because my goal, solutionist, is to save it. I'm not trying to cut everybody off in my life. I'm not trying to leave people. I'm not trying to do that. That's not my goal. The real flex is, how could you mend a friendship, not how you distance yourself from a friendship. That's what it is. So going back to your support system, how can we work it out? If there is somebody that is in the room that has maybe like the lack of compassion or intelligence towards something, educate them. Don't judge them. Don't judge anybody in this world. We don't know what we don't know. You don't know the environments that they came from to have this type of energy. But you could be the start of them learning and seeing a different way.
That's great. Wow, this has been great. Oh my gosh. So my last question before we close, what is some advice that you would give to a creative that may not have that support, and is thinking about giving up because they don't have the support?
Great question. Don't trip over the support. This is me, and this works for me. This might not work for everybody. But the only support that you need is from God. God can get you through everything. Let's go to church at the end of this right now. The only entity that you need in your life is God. God will connect you to all of the things that you need to be connected with. He will place the right people in your life. But you have to have faith in yourself. More importantly, you have to support yourself. You have to be your biggest fan, and you can't be bitter over the people that's not supporting you. Our family and friends can't stop their dreams and their goals and their responsibilities to pick up with our crazy artistic life.
Very true.
So a lot of strangers have supported me more than my family ever could. But those days when it's time for a viewing for a film, or when it's time for me to get up on a stage, it's about letting those family members know ahead of time so they can be there. And it will show up for you. We got to stop being so bitter. We got to stop being so evil in this world when we don't get our way. We got to stop taking everything so personal. We all got things going on. We all want to live a dream. And sometimes being next to someone with a big dream and I can't get mine going on, it's hard. It's unmotivating for that person.
Do you feel like social media plays a part with that?
Absolutely.
In our generation?
Because it creates a false reality that it's easy for people. A lot of people think I don't have problems because I handle my problems a specific way. I don't really go to social media to talk about when I'm upset. I don't I don't complain in life so much, but I go through it just as much as anyone. I think it's drastic when I get upset. Like, I really go through it, but I don't run from my emotions. I just handle them. But social media makes things look easy, so people be like, why can't I just jump up there and my song just goes viral? Why can't my video? Yeah.
They see other people. I mean, other people is happening for it, so it's like, well, why not me? But I don't know. It's just like what's for you is for you, and that's one thing I feel like us as creatives, we gotta see what's for you, what your journey is what your journey is, and that's why I'm happy that you were here to share your journey and share what makes Taquan Taquan.
Thank you. I appreciate this because, like I said, I don't really like to talk about myself because it's so deep, like all of the things that I've been through, and I don't really like keep a catalog of the things that I go through. Like, you got to ask me the right questions to make me bring up certain things. But it's really nice to review it and to go back down memory lane, to never forget how you got there. Never forget your journey. Like, your journey is special. Like I said, I'm no different from you. We all have dreams. We're all special. We're all capable of doing it. You just got to lock in with yourself and believe in yourself. And, talk about yourself. The last thing that I will say, and I said this on a podcast before, is that don't ever dim your shine. No matter what. There is going to be people that hate on you and give you bad energy because you're loud. No, run with that big energy. I'm still learning that to this day because I don't like to overshadow people. I don't like to make people feel uncomfortable, but I can't help who I am. I can't help that. And none of y'all should be afraid to put yourself out there. My friend Danny in LA, I'll never forget, this is the pivotal moment in my life as an artist. Artists are meant to be indulged in. You're meant to be supported. You're meant to be put on a pedestal because you have something that makes people feel good.
That's good.
You never know who's looking at you. I challenge artists to look at the messages that you are putting out there with your stuff, because a lot of us, we blindly do things and we never know how we're affecting people. But even if you're affecting people in a fun, slightly negative way, understand your message. Give that message proudly. Go for it. Understand that people are looking up to you, though. People are following you. So be careful with your message is the last thing that I'll say.
Nice. All right, before we end.
Yes.
How can any creative that's out there keep going, keep pushing?
But look at how many times you have failed. Look at how many times it's been hard. And remember, each time you have gotten through, no matter what. Even if you didn't continue that thing, you're okay now, right? Yeah. You're happy now. Find your joy in everything. Find your joy in everything. If you don't find your joy, it's no purpose of doing it. If you don't love what you're doing, then yeah, you're going to fade out of it. And it's okay to fade out of it and come back to it. It's okay to move on to something different and try different things. But no matter what, just don't give up. Simple. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Thank you so much for being here, bro. So I want to have a little fun with you. So we're going to play a game of Would You Rather.
Ooh.
Okay? So I came up with some questions strictly creative for you. So would you rather be casted on Power or Euphoria?
Euphoria deep though. I love both of these shows.
Me too.
But I have an obsession with Power, the OG Power.
Me too.
The gangs in the building. I love Power. And maybe I might manifest this. I hope so. I don't know. It's probably too late. 50 probably got figured out. But
let's put it out there.
Let's put it into the universe.
Put it into the universe.
I love Ghost's character. I love his character. I would love to play a younger version of him.
A younger Ghost?
Younger Ghost.
I can see that.
Like, I love his character. I love the way that he did it. I think he is one of the greatest on-screen characters of all time.
And that's why he was six seasons. Like, I think he's coming back.
I pray. I pray.
I feel like deep down in my gut, I think he's coming back. I really do. But yeah, I knew you're a Power fan. I know you're a Euphoria fan. That's what I wanted to ask you.
But that was hard because I love Euphoria too. But to be honest, I don't want to be on Euphoria no more because rest in peace. Forgot his name.
Adonis.
He was my favorite character.
Yeah,
he was my favorite character. He made the show.
He was so swaggy. Like
he was the heartbeat
Yeah.
of the show. Like you sympathize with him. We relate to him coming from the
Yeah.
hood.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Y'all know what we talking about?
Yeah, Fez.
Fez, yeah. Like
Okay, so coffee date with Zendaya or dinner with Lori Harvey?
I'm choosing Zendaya.
that's a good one.
I think I know what you're gonna say, but I'm just going to put it out there. So.
All right. I ain't going to touch my boy's Tom girl, but I'm not gonna lie. I've had a crush on Zendaya for
I knew
forever.
it. I knew
Like
it.
I had the biggest crush on her. Like I am extremely attracted to her talent. Like she's
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah, she
and the
is.
way she does it, the way she conveys emotions. Malcolm and Marie, she kills it. She is one of the most beautiful women on this planet. And then she has an incredible heart. Yes, I watched many of her interviews. I have
She
stalked her.
does. She's so cool. Like, well, she's our age, so I've always like watched Zendaya and
You should just
since
change that.
Disney days. So
Yes.
I've always been.
Yes.
She's always been my cousin, and my girl, like in my head. Because she's very relatable. Like even though she's in the limelight, she just gives off an aura that she's like.
She's grounded.
She's very grounded.
She's very
She's
grounded.
very. I don't feel like. Yes, she is a celebrity, but she doesn't give off. I'm a celebrity. I'm a star.
Mhm.
She's just so down to earth.
Yes.
Like watching her interviews.
Yes.
So that's why I had an idea. I
That
knew
was
you
a
was
good
gonna choose
one.
her. I knew you was gonna choose her.
But yeah, I respect anybody that's in a relationship. So I ain't gonna press on Zendaya. She's amazing though.
Respectfully, I respect that.
Lori Harvey. I'm sorry. No offense. I gotta go the other way.
Okay. 70s R&B or 90s R&B?
70s R&B or
90s R&B.
90s.
90s.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is no better time than the 90s right now for me.
Okay.
Like,
90s. I say 90s.
it's no better time. The music is just chef's
Chef's
kiss.
kiss. It is. It
Because
is.
people were so tapped into music during that time. It was the golden
miss
era.
it.
Me
I miss
too.
it.
I think
miss
we
it.
should get it back.
And society was definitely smoother and healthier.
Imagine being a teenager in the
Ooh.
90s.
Lucky you.
Oh, really?
Lucky you.
Oh,
Life was so healthy. I mean, yeah, there were problems, but life was healthy.
Yeah.
It was
I
definitely-
was a teenager in
Gen
the
Z
90s.
saying it. Millennials is saying it.
We all can connect
And
with
Gen
it.
X is here.
I lived it.
Yeah, y'all. I knew y'all was turned that up. Okay, next question. Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actor?
That's hard, but I've been, and people been asking me this question a lot. I say famous director.
I knew he was gonna say that.
The reason why I say director is because directing is so fun. You see something that actor does not see. I don't blame actors for bad acting. I blame the director. Meek said it once. I blame the director because why didn't you catch that?
Yeah.
Why you film all of these scenes but you didn't see like that was bad? I've done skits and I was like, I could have done better.
Yeah.
I should have caught that. But you be so in the moment, you be so excited, you miss certain things. But I was like, damn, the acting definitely could have been stronger there. So it's all about the director, and I just like having my hand on every part of the project. As a director, you get to do that.
Right. Nice. Live in New York City or LA?
LA.
LA. I knew he was. Why did I know these answers? I already know these answers.
You know me.
I knew he was gonna say
You
that.
know me. I love LA. LA is.
I do too. I can't wait to get out there.
I miss my
He said,
friends.
oh.
I'm like you. Did you hear that? I miss y'all.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for being here. Put your handles out there so everybody can also follow you.
Yes. You can follow me on Instagram at Taquan321action. You can also follow me at Taquan's Visuals. That is my business page. I say if you want to work with me on anything, reach out to Taquan Visuals because Taquan321action, that's where I have fun. My inner child is big.
Well, make sure y'all follow him.
Yes.
And again, thank you guys for watching the Keep Going, Keep Pushing podcast. I'm your host, Jade, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace out. Hey, what's up, everybody? You just watched Keep Going, Keep Pushing, and this is your boy Taquan Allen. You can follow me at Taquan321action or Taquan's Visuals. I am grateful to be on this podcast. Tune in and drop down in those comments for us so you can tell us how it was. Peace out, everyone.
Period.